Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, 2020. Let's take a look at our solar wind speeds coming in at 305.2 kilometers per second with a density of 2.1. We are spotless once again. This is now 10 days in a row without sunspots, making it 11 for 2020 days without sunspots so far this year. We're now over the 50% mark without sunspots. Take a look at our TCI right now. It's coming in at 3.15. Our KP indices coming in at 1. And the 24-hour max also coming in at 1. And last night we observed, some low solar winds. Today it's up to 305.2. We are expecting an increase in solar wind speed today, but not expecting a ton as far as it's a very small coronal hole that will be affecting Earth's magnetic field. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick look at a headline real quick. This from the Watchers.news. Big cracks form around Taal Volcano after major eruption, Philippines. It says here, big cracks have formed around the volcano after intense activity started on January 12th, 2020, damaging properties and ripping up roads. Coupled with intense seismic activity, it suggests a hazardous explosive eruption is possible within hours to days. Alert level remains in effect at a 4. Also want to add here that as of 2200 UTC on January 20th, the activity of the volcano has affected now over 270,000 people, and 148,000 of them are in evacuation centers. Again, this situation is being continued to be monitored. They are expecting another eruption, possibly even a larger eruption from the 55,000 foot plume. And folks are concerned as well. This kind of eruption, they're worried that this could bring the kind that we saw from Mount Tambora, which brought us a year without a summer in the Northeast. So a lot of folks concerned with this particular volcano, and we will continue to monitor it here at the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Let's take a look at some weather now across the pond. Take a look at the UK. For once in its life, it's actually kind of dry right now. Take a look at the forecast today. Fog and freezing patches of fog in Wales and southern England slowly lifting today. Cloudy for much of the rest of the country with a little light rain in the northwest. East Scotland and northeast England seeing some good and sunny spells today. And then tonight, fog formation in the far south this evening, gradually clearing later in the night. Cloudy for most of parts of the southeast Scotland and northeast England, seeing sunny skies as well. Frost will be in the south overnight tonight. And then Wednesday, cloudy but dry for most, with a little light rain in places, mainly on the western hills. East Scotland and northeast England seeing some sunny spells. Temperatures a little higher than Tuesday. And again, I'm sorry about this radar not going in motion. Not very much happening over here, but it is dry. That is the good news. And now let's take a look at our weather here in the States. First, we'll take a look at the UK flood alerts, if any at all today. There are, but drastically lower than usual. 52 today. We were looking at flood alerts in the 150 range last week, so good to see there. And take a look at our current wind chill. It's still cold in the same regions that we were talking about. The Great Lakes, the Northeast, the Northern Plains, this area right in here. This will continue to see the colder air that we're getting right now, especially here in the Dakotas, parts of Iowa, eastern Nebraska, Minnesota, also waking up to some frigid air, some very cold air just above the upstate New York area, -11. We woke up to single-digit temperatures this morning as well. And let's take a look at that frost freeze line that's going across. Oh, look at that. The entire United States, at least 49 of the 50 states woke up to some freezing temperatures today. Even Jacksonville getting in on the action today at 30 degrees. And that is frosty, folks. Take a look at the high temperatures across the country today. Well, looks like winter for the north and the northeast, the Ohio Valley as well, and pretty mild, if you ask me, across the south and across parts of the west. The Plain States, also seeing temperatures increasing into the 50s a day. So that is welcome for some of you folks out there who have experienced some colder weather here in the recent days. Low temperatures coming up. Well, it's going to be cold again overnight in the northern plains, the northeast, and the Ohio Valley near the Great Lakes. The rest of the country looking at normal winter temperatures. And here's what NOAA thinks we're going to be dealing with in the next 3 days. A lot of the weather is going to be in the middle part of the country today. The north and the northwest are looking at mixed precipitation, heavy snow in Oregon and Washington in parts, rain along the California coast, heavy snow in Northern California. And then we take a look at Wednesday, January 22nd, and the map is becoming a little bit more of a mess. Freezing rain across parts of the northern Great Lakes near the northern plains, snow in Wyoming, Colorado, and Utah, Idaho, and a mixed bag of everything in the northwest. And then we take a look at our forecast for Thursday, January 23rd. That system starts to move eastward, affecting parts of the Midwest, and should make its way into the Northeast by this weekend. And let's go ahead and take a look at our Tropical Tidbits GFS outlook. As we saw last night, the GFS started showing us 3 storms. Well, here's the first one for the weekend. This will be mostly a snow event here for parts of New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio getting some mixed precipitation, West Virginia as well. The southern part of New York, Poughkeepsie and south, are going to see more of a snow event than what we originally had planned in the beginning. Lighter snow amounts in the capital region in upstate New York. We're talking 3 to 5 inches as this storm system moves out through New England. Southern Maine and southeast Maine will see the heaviest amounts of snow as this system moves out Monday, January 27th. The Northeast getting some snow and rain as well, pushing out our next system that'll be on the way. Rain for the Ohio Valley, but as it reaches the Northeast, it starts as rain, but quickly changes over to snow by Friday, January 31st. And this system is a little bit disorganized on the GFS, and it could be just mainly a light snow event, 1 to 3 inches. I don't know, a storm size that big, we'll have to continue to watch. But then there's another system that we're going to get here on February 4th through the 5th, and that system should bring some decent snow. Here we are on the 5th. Ohio, Indiana, actually going to see some snow out of this. This one could be a good one for you guys, anywhere from 5 to 7 inches of snow possible for most of Ohio. And then this storm rides the coast by Wednesday, February 5th. And this one's going to bring probably the most snow we've seen from one of these little nor'easter systems in the entire winter. So winter is not over by any means. We have at least 3 significant snowstorms that are going to be moving through the Midwest into the Northeast. Unfortunately, the northern plains, the upper Great Lakes, and the Northeast will see the snow side of this. Ohio on 1 out of the 3. Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, you guys will at least get snow out of 1 out of these 3 systems. But most of these systems are going to be teetering right on the lines of 35 degrees, 36 degrees. So some of this will just be rain south of Ohio, Kentucky, and all that. And then the northern part of this will be a heavy, wet snow at this point because there's nothing really, really extremely cold that we're expecting as far as temperatures. And I'll go ahead and show you what we're looking at by February 6th. And just like I'd suspected, that colder air up in the north is starting to make its way into the lower 48 by the 6th of February. The 5th, we saw it kind of bottled up in Canada. Now we start to see it make its way. So we could see a severe cold blast once again to the Great Lakes and the Northeast by February 8th or 9th of 2020 here. So by the second week of February, we could get another shot of Arctic air. Question is, how long will that last as well? All right, guys, that's going to do it for me this morning. We hope everyone has a great day here at the Grand Solar Minimum channel. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with another update of your Grand Solar Minimum news. Unless something happens at the Taal Volcano, we will see you guys in the morning. Have a great day. We'll talk soon.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.